Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing an election prediction between Joe Biden and Josh Hawley. Joe Biden, current president of the United States. Josh Hawley, former and current senator from Missouri, my bad. Before I begin, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel as we near to 300 subscribers. Really big milestone, so make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Without further ado, let's get right into our safe Biden states. Of course, we begin with the West Coast. I'm also going to characterize Colorado as a safe Democrat state with Biden. I really think Colorado has shifted that far to the Democrats. I'll put it as a safe Democrat state for Joe Biden. However, now we go to the safe Republican states for Josh Hawley. This will go down through here, and of course the usual. I will also now characterize Iowa as a safe Hawley state. I see Iowa going to Josh Hawley by a safe margin from Missouri. Has that rural industrial appeal. Very good, helping with he helped with the farmers. I believe in a Senate when Trump was president, actually, helping with a farm bill. It's a really good appeal. And I think that when you see that trend with Iowa getting more and more Republicans shifting away from a toss-up state, I think it could go safe to Josh Hawley. So Colorado now shifted to the safe Hawley zone. Iowa shifted to, Colorado shifted to safe Biden. Iowa shifted to safe Josh Hawley. Anyway, let's get into likely Democrat races. Likely Democrat race will be the state of New Mexico. I will not characterize Virginia. I think Josh Hawley will do pretty good with suburban women. I actually think he has that appeal, similar to a Buttigieg appeal. But New Mexico, I still think that Joe Biden will win by a likely margin, probably 10 to 12 points. I also see the state of New Hampshire being a likely margin to Joe Biden and Maine's at-large district. Likely Hawley states will be the state of Ohio and Maine's 2nd Congressional District being likely towards Josh Hawley. I also see Texas being likely to Josh Hawley, probably winning there by about 5 to 6 points. Ohio 7 to 8, Maine 2nd 7 to 8 points. Let's head into lean Democrat races. Lean Democrat race. First one will be the state of Minnesota. Minnesota is the only Rust Belt state out of the main four that has not shifted as rapidly to the Republicans as the other three have. However, it has shifted. I give it to Joe Biden probably by about 4 to 5 points. Minnesota, lean margin for Joe Biden, although it's on the upper end of that lean margin towards the likely, however, still falls in that category. Also, Virginia is a lean Biden margin. I see Biden winning the state of Virginia by a lean margin. That's all of the lean Democrat states for Joe Biden, and now we head into the lean states for Josh Hawley. First one will be the state of Florida, trending more and more to the right. We saw from Miami-Dade increased Hispanic support among Republicans. I say that every video. It's true. It's happening. It's a phenomenon. Party affiliation is now, Republicans are now the majority in Florida. Trump won that state in 2020 by 3 points. It actually shifted to the right in contrast to a lot of those Rust Belt states, and it will continue to do so. Hawley wins that by a lean margin, as well as North Carolina doing well with the suburban women there. And probably winning there by about 2 to 3 points. He will also win Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District after redistricting. No longer Democrat anything control in Nebraska, so Nebraska 2nd will probably no longer be as competitive as it was before. However, without the redistricting, I can't really give the best estimate I can on how it will go. I put it in the lead Republican category at the moment, however, but I'm pretty confident that Republicans from here on out will get all 5 electoral votes from Nebraska, at least for the next decade. There will be, Wisconsin will be a lean Republican state. Hawley will win that by a lean margin. The Rust Belt has continued to shift more Republican. Wisconsin, the state that has shifted the most. And in polls, actually, when people actually poll from that state, it always appears to be the state that shifted the least. If you remember that ABC poll back in 2020, Joe Biden was up by 17 points in that poll, and that was insanely off. That was in October. That was Nate Silver's poll with 538. While the polls seem to be very inaccurate in Wisconsin, or more trended towards the left, horribly. I mean, it's a 17-point off, or over 17 points. The turnout and the results actually be more to the right than any of the other Rust Belt states. Anyway, let's get into our tilt Democrat and tilt Republican margins. I see the state of Georgia tilting to Joe Biden. I still think that Joe Biden will win in Georgia by a tilt margin. I also see the state of Michigan tilting to Joe Biden, another big state for Joe Biden. Winning in Michigan, I still see him holding on to that against Josh Hawley, although Josh Hawley does have that good industrial appeal. The state of Pennsylvania, in contrast, will tilt to Hawley. I see him winning that race there by a tilt margin. Pennsylvania went to Joe Biden by 1.2 points. I see obviously a shift happening in this election more to the Republican side, and Hawley picks up that state by about 0.5%, maybe even to 0.5% to 1%. I give him. Let's see. We are down to the states of Nevada and Arizona. Nevada has continued to trend red, and Arizona, actually, when you look at Cook Political Report, actually, people doubt the trends in Nevada and Arizona happening. But Nevada, when you look at the Cook Political Report, trended from a lean Democrat state to a toss-up state for the 2022 gubernatorial races, at least there, and same with Michigan, same with Wisconsin. So it's happening. There's shifts. But general election, as we know, Nevada, heavily great bearing of the economic of the economy or the state of the nation's economy is important in Nevada. With, as we all know, the casinos in Las Vegas, very economically robust there, and at the moment it is not doing particularly well with the rising inflation in the country, and poor economic numbers, poor jobs numbers each month. I think the people in Nevada are blame Joe Biden for the current state of the economy. Now we don't know how it's going to be 3 years down the line, but at the moment I'm going to give it to Josh Hawley, giving him the presidency. Even if he loses Arizona, Josh Hawley will go on to become the next president, defeating Joe Biden. But I still will give him Arizona with that continue. Well, it's not even a continued trend. Arizona's actually trended more to the left recently. But when you look at the Hispanic support there's been a slight shift, and also people moving from California to states like Arizona voting more conservatively. So anyway, that's a 282 electoral votes for Josh Hawley to Joe Biden's 256. A very close election. However, Josh Hawley defeats Joe Biden, going on to become the 47th president of the United States. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and get us to 275, then 300, and then on to, I guess, 1,000 or whatever the next number is. Please like this video and stay tuned for more awesome videos because there will be a lot more to come. Thank you guys so much for watching.